Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Recency Bias Radio, where no one is safe from criticism. I am your humble host, Dave Smith, Pretty Boy Smitty, Protocol Paul, Pearl Game Ultra, Smith Dog Trill, all of the above on the ISET test, ACT. You know what it is. And we back because the premiere happened tonight. And I'm about to go on a huge rant here. I'm going to offend a lot of people. I don't give a fuck. I never gave a fuck. Okay? But my problem is I told y'all in my first impressions that this was rigged for Marissa. Didn't I tell everybody that? Now people are acting like they confused, like they didn't see this coming. As soon as Shannon looked at her, hold on, let me do my intro real quick. First off, I'm calling this the MeToo Mafia. Why am I calling this the MeToo Mafia? Because it's clear as day that the feminist agenda has worked its way into the cracks of Big Brother casting. Okay, it has worked its way into that. I'm not even going to get into Shannon, Elizabeth, and Marissa yet. Let me save that for a second. This is depressing. This is just disappointing. I mean, I expected this season to be great. I thought to myself, you know what, man, this shit's going to be cracking. How can they screw up a celebrity Big Brother season? Well, for starters, you cast a minstrel guy in Ron Artest who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. You put Jeannie Buss in his little intro video to basically let us know she got him on the show. He didn't even give a fuck about it. Okay. Oh, come on. It's networking, Meta. Come on. Yeah. You know, all this dumbass shit. You couldn't get Kobe, huh? You couldn't get Kobe, huh? You feel what I'm saying? Like, he hit the game-winning shot for the Lakers. Man, fuck out of here. Y'all trying to give him a reason for being on this show. He doesn't deserve to be on this show, okay? We got 2 black women on this show, and both of them are unique. I'll give them that. But clearly, they're not going to get along, which further perpetuates the stereotype that black women will do whatever it takes to step over each other to get to the money, which is what they're hoping happens later on in this game. But let's just break it down at its most simplistic level, ladies and gentlemen, and let's start talking about the numbers. In most Big Brother seasons, they usually start off with what? Even numbers, right? Why is this the first season I can remember in a while that starts off with odd numbers? Why are they already indoctrinating the idea into our head that there will be an all-women finals? Because it's rigged to be an all-women's finals. You think it's a coincidence that they chose Big Brother Celebrity to happen right after Hollywood went through the Me Too movement? You think this is all a coincidence? No, I don't believe in coincidences. Okay? This is a conspiracy, though. Because they went out of their way to cast the people they cast. You mean to tell me you couldn't find an extra guy to make this 6 versus 6 CBS? You had to make it 5 versus 6? And then you pick a girl like Ariana Gutierrez, who isn't even smart enough to understand she's on the bottom of the all-woman alliance, and it would behoove her to flip to the guys to make it 5 versus 5. You guys purposely picked, look, Marissa and Shannon pregame alliance. Omarosa, let's just go ahead and count her as the pregame alliance too. Because the way they got cool with each other, first off, Big Brother 101. Shannon Elizabeth is parading herself around as someone who's the biggest super fan ever. Didn't she say that? And I quote, right? She said that shit. All right, if you're the biggest super fan ever, what super fan thinks it's smart to announce their pregame alliance? Even if it's to Omarosa. Why would you do that to someone who's known to be in the political field? She can take the words you give her later in the game and spin it on you and flip it on you. But something tells me all of them are being paid off to never turn on each other, which gave Shannon Elizabeth the wherewithal to give her that information because they already had a pregame alliance. And what better way to prove you don't have a pregame alliance with Omarosa than to tell Omarosa a secret like that? So she's trying to create the illusion that she's building trust to Omarosa when in reality, they was working together before Omarosa was announced. Then you got Marissa, who's laying in a cut, who told us her strategy. Oh, I'm just this chubby girl. No. Don't play that bullshit. You're not just some chubby girl, but I'm glad you said it that way because you basically admitted there's nothing special about you to be a deserving spot on this show, Marissa. At least you have some self-awareness. At least you're not tone deaf like everyone else on this fucking show. And I'm going to get into the men, but I can't stand this feminist era that we're living in, okay? Men. Any men super fans watching this show, unless you're gay, women are going to flip it on you and make it seem like you're sexist if you don't like this season. I'm going to call it early because this is the culture that they're building for this season. They're going to get rid of a guy in this week. They're going to try to do a quick pagonging of all the men. They might keep Ross around because he's gay, use him to flip on the other excess baggage like Keisha and Ariadna. Now all you got left, for the most part, is Marissa, Shannon, Ross, and Omarosa in the final four. You feel what I'm saying? Shit like that might go down. I'm not willing to put my name on that yet, but this is a rant, baby. I'm going to be all over the place because I'm pissed the fuck off, okay? I was seeing little pictures and shit like that already spoiled who the HOH was, but even if I already know who the HOH is, I want to see how it plays out live, okay? You got Paul on some Milli Vanilli lip singing shit, like awkward as hell. Like, bro, we know you recorded that somewhere else. You weren't really singing. Rachel, what are you doing there? I don't know. But at the end of the day, though, let's truly just break down why did they pick 6 women? And let's be real. A lot of those women ain't no damn celebrity, which makes me ask the question, who did this chick Brandi Glanville replace at the last minute? Who did she replace? Something tells me it was a woman, because they wouldn't allow this to be 6'5" men versus women, ladies and gentlemen. So she clearly replaced a woman, which is why I think she was the one who went ahead and replaced Shorty from Survivor. What's Shorty's name? Oh, man, I forgot her name already. Well, y'all know who I was talking about in the last rant, all right? Well, anyway, that's my point. They replaced a like for a like. Not in terms of the gameplay, but they wanted to make sure it was 6 versus 5. Then, in the HOH competition, you mean to tell me y'all give Omarosa the Paul immunity? Now, let's be real. Most of us saw this coming because most of us thought Omarosa was a late addition that would come into the house after it's already 10 people sitting there toasting. And then ding dong, Omarosa comes in the same way she already came in with the little dress and all that shit, thinking she's extra fierce like this is fucking Hunger Games or some shit. Like, you are not Katniss Everdeen. Sit your ass down. You feel what I'm saying? But she's feeling herself because CBS kissed her ass to get on this show. So why wouldn't she feel like she's the shit? Let's just call a spade, okay? This season reeks of desperation at this point. Chuck Liddell doesn't have any idea what he's doing, okay? Ron Artest doesn't have any idea what he's doing, and they only got 5 men. So guess what? If 2 out of the 5 have their fucking heads cut off, there's no way for the men to make it to the end. There is absolutely no way. Our last hope really is Ross Matthews, basically clutching it in the final 5 or final 6. There is absolutely, and did y'all peep how Keisha looked at Omarosa? Oh, she not feeling this shit. She not feeling this shit at all. But that's what's sad, because Keisha could have used this opportunity to run to the guys and be like, yo, you know they're trying to do a 6-girl alliance to get y'all motherfuckers out one by one now. You know what I'm saying? Keisha had the opportunity to do that. But being a smart game player, you have to wait until the HOH is crowned to be able to make that move. So the move was taken from underneath her feet because Shannon ended up winning it. But the fact that the HOH competition, you guys give Omarosa a weak safety, which was just really preemptive, in my opinion. It was like CBS was like, under no circumstances can we lose Omarosa this week. No. Under no circumstances. It was almost like they were like, you know what? Let's let these motherfuckers know this shit is rigged in day one. I mean, you got Shannon Elizabeth saying shit like, this is the season for women of Shannon. You're supposed to be the biggest super fan ever. Don't you know that Big Brother 6 was basically a woman's season? I mean, really look back at that season. All of the men were taken out one by one by one, and only ones left were really women in season 6. Okay, what I'm saying? But shit, season... What was it? Season 4? Season 4 was a women's season in reality. You know what I'm saying? So for people to go around, I mean, if you look at the 5-Finger Plan, that was a women's alliance. So let's stop bullshitting like this is the first ever women's season for them to come together. That's a lie, but it's an excuse to make sense out of why Omarosa would work with these 2 girls, because it doesn't make sense. Omarosa is the type of player who needs to realize those women are her biggest threat, okay? Those are her biggest threat. Not no damn James Maslow, but it's just an example of, okay, when you're an attractive guy on a show like this, the women are so scared that one of them will start liking you that they got to get rid of you quick. Kind of like how Big Brother Canada 5. People was like, damn, you know, it was real rare to see like 2 alpha males up on a block at the beginning of Big Brother Canada 5. You know what I'm saying? But that was with a returnee season. So it made sense for them to apply that type of a strategy. But when we're talking about this season, come on, man, you can tell production Coach Omarosa on who to align with. You could tell Marissa is downplaying her ties to CBS completely because she knows it's rigged for her to win. And I'm hearing people say, oh, I think this is rigged for Shannon. No. Shannon is there to be the front runner, to be the person that the men look at as the leader. That way Marissa will never get targeted. Marissa has like 3 different shields in front of her right now. Really. Because no matter what, Keisha's black, she's a shield. Omarosa's loud, she's a shield. And then Shannon, she just proved she could win an endurance comp versus any guy, even though I will say this, that HOH competition was rigged for a woman to win. Really look at how that competition is built. Endurance comps like that, when you have to hold on to something, are always meant for a woman to win because most guys are top heavy, which means our lower back gives out quicker than women would. Now, if the women got some big titties or something, yeah, the lower back is going to give out quick too, but they could always rest that. Whereas muscle, you can't just rest muscle. You can rest fat. You see what I'm saying? Man, I'm going to break this shit down, man. This is all bullshit, man. And CBS, stop fucking with my connection, okay? I just reset my router, my gateway, my access point. If some bullshit happens on this one, I know y'all motherfuckers is watching. You might as well cast me if you on my dick this hard. Let's call a spade, baby. But anyway, okay? This shit is rigged to hell and back. The MeToo movement created the landscape necessary for them to make this season, and with the majority women start, they guaranteed it would start this way no matter what. Okay, so I feel bad for the men that are on this show because they thought they were actually going to get an equal opportunity shot. But this feels like some type of participation trophy for the women in Hollywood. Some type of a participation award they're giving them. Like, hey, look at this. Look at this, guys. See, we picked a show full of celebrity women and men, and we're going to show that the celebrity women have always been smarter than the men. We're going to show them. Meanwhile, BBUK has a completely different format, and they don't focus on this extra shit. They actually let the fans dictate who wins and shit, which I'm not a huge fan of. But at the end of the day, at least if the fans pick, you know it's not being, well, you really don't know if it's being rigged. They could always lie about the numbers. But my point is, though, this shit is rigged, okay? And the saddest part is, what is the rootable interest here for guys watching this show? Do we root for guys that we know have no intelligence when it comes to this game? No, we can't see ourselves rooting for them. So rule out Chuck Liddell, rule out Ron Artest, rule out James Maslow. Mark McGrath is a fucking tryhard. So the only one left to root for all men is the gay guy. So no matter what, it's almost as if this is the most feminine season of all time. Check that out. Think about that. From a strategic standpoint, they guaranteed that no testosterone could be strategic. Look at the cast. Tell me I'm lying. I'm telling the truth. And this is why they try to interrupt my live streams, because they know I break the shit down. Y'all really picked Ron Artest? Chuck Liddell? Really? Ariana Gutierrez? Now I got some notes now. I wanted to come out this bitch just swinging. But I mean, Brandy Glanville, clearly she's trying to fit in with the girls. You guys ever had a friend in high school that sees a whole bunch of people gossiping, so the only way they could fit in is to start shitting on whoever the other girls are shitting on or the other guys are shitting on? That's Brandy Glanville. She's trying so hard to fit in. Please, guys, include me. So she goes at James Maslow and says, oh, I don't care about that. We want to hear from Mark McGrath. And my thing is, she's trying to play Mark McGrath against James Maslow. And kudos to you men for understanding the game that lady was playing with y'all, because both of them probably don't know who the hell the chick is. So kudos to them for coming together, going into the storage room and talking it out like men, because she tried to play y'all against each other. She really did, by saying, oh, I don't care about you and your singing and all of your ventures. You're too young. I don't respect you. Let me hear about Mark McGrath, the guy who has enough Botox to feed a whole community. Let me hear his opinion. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And Mark McGrath, you got to chill, fam. You really got to chill. I mean, damn, this man saw Meta World Peace walk down the aisle, and you would have thought he was watching his daughter about to get married. Like, oh my God, Ronald, oh my, yeah, I'm a Lakers fan. Been there since Showtime. Yeah, man, calm down, family. Calm your ass down, bro. Like, real talk. I don't know if this guy thinks, and see, when they had them take them bags back, right, after the HOH competition, and they started like, planting the seeds of, oh, someone could supplant the HOH by picking. Let's be real. A woman is gonna get the bag with the advantage. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. This shit is all bullshit, man. They're gonna guarantee a woman gets it. They probably made them go one at a time to get those bags, and they probably let women should go first. Probably some shit off the screen that we won't see. And they probably allowed the women to choose 6 bags first, left the men with 5 bags, and the men just grabbed what was left. And most likely, if they're willing to just hand Omarosa, like, oh, just stand on this platform and you're safe. What kind of shit is that? Talking about this is an award for the most attractive or most good-looking celebrity. Like, who has ever said Omarosa is fine? Who has ever called her a dime? I don't even see white men calling her a dime. So how did she win it off that preface? That doesn't even make sense, CBS. But it just goes to show they have to come up with bullshit excuses for why they rig shit. And the confessionals told us all the things we need to know, ladies and gentlemen. I think CBS is getting a little too big for their britches. At the end of the day, they know that we stuck it out with that toxic ass BB19 shit, and we still watched towards the end, and we enjoyed the finale. They know Survivor fucked up their finale, and now Big Brother has all the momentum. So they don't really give a fuck. They're upfront with how they're rigging shit now. And if you complain about it, they'll just say, oh, well, technically, this isn't a game. This is a game show. No. They said, technically, this isn't a game show, so we can rig it out as much as we want. This is really a reality show. Like, they can hit you with the fine print to really bullshit you. But my point is, this Me Too shit is the reason for why this season is the way it is, okay? It's because of the atmosphere and the conditions of Hollywood. This is meant to make all the women who are eating Ben & Jerry's in their bed with a little bit of Jell-O on the side, some Neapolitan. This is here to make them feel good, okay? This season isn't meant for real fans of the show to appreciate real strategy, because the strategy has all been manipulated and manufactured before the season even started, okay? I would have loved for Marissa to admit, hey guys, I was on The View. I wasn't just doing Broadway. That wasn't what got me on this bitch. When has Survivor cared about a motherfucker doing Broadway? Huh? Never. But they can't show her admitting to being on CBS because that shows a complete conflict of interest. But you would think, by the way these confessionals have been so fearless and so rig-based, you would think she would just admit that shit. But I guess there are some lines CBS refuses to cross, huh? That's interesting to me. You know what I mean? You guys are willing to fuck some shit up like this. Y'all had all the potential in the world to make this incredible, man. Robin Cass, I'm sorry. I don't ever like to talk about people losing their job, but you are bad at this. You are bad at this. Why are you bad at this? Because you cannot judge minority talent. You're terrible at casting minorities. That's why you went to Omarosa. Let's call a spade a spade. You couldn't find someone entertaining that could be strategic that was black. So you ran to Omarosa. That's what it was. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of pseudo-celebrities or celebrities that send in a lot of audition tapes. It was like, won't get us enough watches, enough views. Fuck that. Our ratings will be bad with this person. You see what I'm saying? So all of this is based off shock value. All of this is straight up bullshit. I'm watching this episode and I'm trying my best to appreciate it for what it is as a product. But I gotta be honest with y'all, this season is gonna be garbage. But this is why my rants will be flawless. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of women are gonna flock to this page. They're gonna flock to this video because it has Me Too in it. They're gonna leave some dislikes. I don't give a fuck. Thanks for the view. At the end of the day, if you're mad at what I'm saying, it's because I'm telling the truth and you don't want the truth to get out. That's just facts, okay? Because I have not disrespect women in this video. I have just pointed out why there is a conspiracy and an agenda right now to make sure women win at all costs over men, okay? And it's sad, man. It's really sad. I mean, I would have loved to see women dominate this season with a 6 versus 6 start. Then I'd shut the fuck up and just watch. But by starting it off like that, then you guys are basically forcing people like Keisha and Ariadna and even Brandy Glanville to a degree. You're forcing them to play with these 3 people who are aligned from the get-go. Like, come on, man. You know, and you pick men who in no shape or form would ever cross paths with each other in their lives. You know, Ross Matthews might cross paths with a Mark McGrath. He might, but not really. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure on the feeds, we're going to see Ross Matthews hanging out with the women because the women are in power, which means there's only 4 men soaking by themselves. Okay. And between those 4 men, 2 of those 4 are going to be on the block. They're not putting up Ross Matthews. They're smart. Okay. So one of the alpha males in the house, I don't even want to really call them alpha males, but one of the males in the house are definitely going to go this week because it was designed to go that way. See, CBS would have impressed me if they allowed a man to get that safety that Omarosa got. That would have impressed me because then it's 5 versus 5. Technically, it's 5 versus 4. But see, they couldn't do that. And I'll explain why they couldn't do that. If they would have did that with Shannon Elizabeth winning HOH, think about this. That means now Shannon Elizabeth can only choose between 4 people out of the 5. And on top of that, there is still another 5 on her side that could get put up. And if someone were to rend that power and overrule her, take her HOH from her, now Shannon goes up next to Marissa because both of them are proved to be the power dynamic. And then CBS, the 2 people that they allowed to have a pregame alliance are gone in week 1. They don't want that. That's bad for the Me Too movement. This is all bullshit, okay? But see, I am giving you guys several different scenarios to show you this is not an emotional rant. This is a logical rant. This is a rant that is based off of me just looking at it, looking at the numbers, spreading them out like fucking Skittles, okay? And just knowing that at the end of the day, it is impossible for a straight man to win this game. It's impossible. The way it's set up, it's impossible. The only way this is possible is if Keisha Knight Pulliam can find another woman to flip with her. But the problem is, she can't go to her black sister for that because Omarosa's already been bought. So now that Keisha Knight can't do it, now that Keisha Knight can't get Omarosa to flip over with her, now she's forced to talk to the silver medalist over there. She's forced to convince the silver medalist that doesn't know shit about this game on why it's important to flip. She's not going to understand what you're saying. She's like, no, I'd rather stay with the women. She's going to be on that action. She's not going to want to flip with you. Because if she flips with you, she thinks, oh, I get less TV time. And I'm already not really a celebrity. And I want my TV time. Otherwise, I'm back to telenovelas on Channel 6. She doesn't want that life, okay? She wants to stay on there as long as she can, be in enough lingerie as she can, to eventually get enough motherfuckers to go, we want you to have your own show on E or some shit, okay? There's a lot of different self-serving agendas going on. But the main agenda in this game is, look at how intelligent the women are that were casted. Look how non-intelligent the men are. Just look at it. Just lay it all out on a sheet of paper, baby. I would love for a woman to debate me on this and try to prove to me that this wasn't rigged from the start. That would be a blatant lie. But let's be real. A lot of accusations in the Me Too movement have been blatant lies for propaganda purposes. So I'm not shocked if they would defend this because of propaganda purposes as well. But that's sad. Because I am a super fan of this game. I love this game. I'm still going to watch live feeds because I want to see how rigged this shit can really get. You know what I mean? I want this to blow up in CBS's face completely. And here's the thing. If I'm the women, I'm keeping Meta World Peace in the game longer than Ross Matthews. Meta World Peace doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's the equivalent to Ariana Gutierrez. He doesn't know what he's doing. Okay? He doesn't. If I'm them, I'm getting rid of Ross Matthews this week because at the end of the day, we have the number 6-4 regardless, but Ross Matthews is the only one capable of infiltrating what they've built pregame. He's the only one. So you should get rid of him first. And this is not me gay bashing. No, it's not that, motherfuckers. This is me talking complete strategy. From a strategic standpoint, it makes more sense for these ladies to target the only guy who's capable of infiltrating. But they think the pretty boy's capable of infiltrating just because he's a pretty boy. Like, no. See, this goes back to why women don't often win this game, because they think too much based off of materialistic values that they would approach outside of the house. And this is not me coming at women in general, but I'm keeping it real. The reason why Nicole was the first woman to beat a guy in the finals is because women's approach usually takes some time for them to get used to the pacing of Big Brother. They have to jump out of the shell of how they would be in high school and turn back into the person that they should be professionally within the constructs of the game. Okay. And the thing is, Marissa already has that trait. Shannon already has that trait. Omarosa, she has, I mean, when I talk about how it's rigged for a police officer to play this game because he has prior experience in the field of lying all the time, Omarosa is the woman equivalent. She's in the White House. Any of y'all watch House of Cards? That's all they do is lie. Okay? This is 100%. Her pick was 100% a way to do a snow job on the general public, the casuals that don't know no better. Her job is to convince y'all that this is legitimately an organic alliance. That's her job. That's why the whole conversation felt so forced. You know, who would say that on day one? Who would say that on day one? Hey, you know, I got a pregame alliance with Marissa. We knew each other from way back when. You know what I mean? What's next? Is Marissa on the feeds going to say, yeah, you know, I'm cool with Julie Chen. I used to do a segment on her show. You know, was that used maybe as a guerrilla tactic to intimidate Omarosa into joining with him? And did Omarosa get gifted? Now, this is all my conspiracy theory. Was Omarosa given some type of severance pay, some type of reparation, if you will, some type of reciprocal monetary gain in that immunity because she agreed with production to align with those two women? Was that her award for aligning with them? Because we got to remember, she aligned with them before she got the damn immunity. Okay. So it's almost like Omarosa knew the writing on the wall as well. So this goes back to what I was saying about Paul last season. He wouldn't have came on this show if he didn't know he was guaranteed safety starting off. When you got a target on your back like that, why else? Let's really think about this. Let me really open up the third eye. Do you all really think Omarosa would have walked in that bitch like she was Katniss Everdeen if she wasn't guaranteed first week safety? Like, that's the move people do when they know you can't do shit to them, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to be an asshole because I'm untouchable. You feel what I'm saying? We saw Paul do it, the whole blackface shit, the whole nine, right? People want to forget about that. I haven't forget, never forget, which is why I don't like the fact that they brought him back to sing that goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? So if Josh would have lost, would he have been saying, I love meatballs? I mean, come on. You know I had to hit y'all with one this season. Just one. I'm a human being. But not. But yeah, man, but at the end of the day, man, this was a premiere, okay? Let's not take it too seriously, but at the same time, let's all come together and admit this shit's rigged. So let's watch it from a rigged standpoint and just watch it like a TV show, okay? A scripted TV show from this point further. That's what I'm on. Now, these rigs are, these rants are still going to be A1 from day one. I'm still going to go the fuck off. But at the end of the day, there's not much more to talk about because we had no veto competition. No one went home, okay? And the live feeds, they're going to start up tonight, I believe. But it feels like some people have already had live feeds since the beginning of the week. So I don't know how they were flexing that. But I will be back at y'all with the next rant. Probably tomorrow, since this is a 3-day premiere. So I will be back tomorrow, man. I hope you all have enjoyed this rant. I am Dave Smith. This is Recency Bias Radio, where no one is safe from criticism. And we got to be careful with this MeToo Mafia shit because they're getting a little bit too big for their britches, if you get what I'm saying. Okay? I feel bad because the men have no shot to win this game. And someone needs to let Shannon Elizabeth know you're not the biggest super fan if you're willing to tell your biggest secret on day one. Okay? That's an oxymoron, okay? Thank you. All right. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you can, please leave a like. Check out my first impressions. If you weren't able to check that out now, if you happen to be new to the channel, leave a subscribe. Make sure you click on the bell icon to get all the notification of when I go live immediately so you can be here from the start just in case you jumped in this bitch late. But I am Dave Smith. This is Recency Bias Radio, and I hope you all have a great night. Y'all be smooth.